Hello everybody and welcome to the Richmond Raceway for the Federated Auto Parts 400 and the 22nd race of our NASCAR Heat 5 2023 Mod Career Mode Season number 1. As we like to back up a strong top 10 finish in the last episode at Pocono after Denny Hamlin ended up winning that race. Here at Richmond, a track where we choked away the win earlier this season to Michael McDowell. Stories of the race: Joey Logano has been dominant all weekend. Ty Gibbs is going to start at the back, as will Zane Smith. Ty Gibbs due to unapproved body modification, and then Zane Smith after failing inspection. As you're going to get underway here in the number 99 Spotify Chevrolet here at the Richmond Raceway. We are green and underway here at Richmond. Only 4 races left until the playoffs after this one. Who is going to get those final positions as Joey Logano leads the way, looking for win number 2 on the season. We are back here in 26 after an okay qualifying effort. We still have our work cut out for us here. A charge back by Kyle Busch. Austin Hill 3 wide in the middle already here coming out of turn 1 and 2. What a move. We go the inside of Kyle Busch, outside of Hill. Get by them. 3 wide by Stenhouse, Michael McDowell. We are going to make those 2 passes, move up into 22nd place. Now chase down the 48 of Bowman and the 10 of Almirola for another 2 positions. Now with 19 to go in stage number 1 here at Richmond. We continue our charge up through the pack. We get to the inside of the 48 of Bowman. Almirola and Hocevar up ahead as we chase them down. We get to the inside of Alex Bowman to make the pass 3 wide with him and Blaney. Oh man, contact made, but we're still trying to make the pass work. Nothing yet so far. Now we go all the way to the inside. Bowman and Blaney. This time we will make the pass as we clear both of them. Now in the back of the 42 of Carson Hocevar here at Richmond. He's on a great top 20 run so far. Hocevar's really shown out so far this season. That Legacy Motor Club number 42. You know, some questions about where he's going to end up next season, whether he's going to sign with Spire Motorsports or will he drive for another team. We will find out. As I go the inside of the 45 of Tyler Reddick for 19th, who's been struggling a little bit this season, but we get around Reddick. And now 12 to go in stage 1. We get underneath Keselowski and Hocevar 3 wide for 17th. Contact made. Bowman gives a bump. We get physical. We clear Hocevar and Keselowski. Now the outside of Eric Almirola for 16th. You charge over the top. We give the 10th of Eric Almirola a huge bump. Set all the way in the apron. Get into Bubba Wallace, being ultra aggressive right there underneath Bubba Wallace. We make the pass on the inside of the 23. We get around him here, and Austin Dillon is 14th place, right up on our outside right now, as we have now gotten into the top 15. Continuing a pretty quick charge through the field at the beginning of this race into a solid mid-pack running order right now, that 10th to 15th area where we've been running a lot lately, but we always seem to finish better than where we run in most races. And we go on the inside of Austin Dillon, get around him here. Keselowski, big contact. The 6 trying to squeeze us into the wall right now. I'm squeezed between him and Dillon, and they're both. Dillon's gonna go sliding, Keselowski's gonna go sliding around. They go. Dillon into the wall, around Keselowski, around behind us into Bubba Wallace. They crash. No caution. And now we move on to a couple laps later. We have caught Ross Chastain and Austin Cindric for 12th and 13th as we are under fire from Carson Hocevar, who's in the top 15 and chasing us down right now. So we go to the inside of Cindric for 13th. Into turn 1 and 2, we'll make that pass with ease. We get around Cindric. Now set our sights on the 1 of Ross Chastain running in 12th. We slide up behind him. He narrowly holds us off right there. And now we get a run here into turn 3 and 4 on the inside of Chastain. Big slide. We're going to make that happen. We get around him. Now just 3 laps remain in stage number 1 here at Richmond. And we're going to get the inside of Chastain, and we pass him and move up into 12th place, going by Ross Chastain. A couple laps later, we've been passed by Hocevar, and we finish stage 1 in 13th. As your stage 1 winner is Joey Logano in dominating fashion. He'll get another playoff point to his total. Byron Harvick, Hamlin, Truex, some other guys also get some stage points. We end up in 13th. Now we get back underway in stage 2. We restart in 12th alongside rival Christopher Bell, behind rivals of Larson and Chase Elliott. Here at the beginning of the stage, myself, Bell, side by side for position going into turn 1 and 2. He doesn't give me really any room at all, squeezing me up the track, but Chastain's underneath him. We almost get into the wall. Bell has to check up. He loses momentum in a couple of positions on the racetrack. We work the outside of the 1 of Chastain now for 11th. We lose that position. Now we just keep dropping back on this outside lane. No help. Now belling Austin Dillon, going stage 2. We get into the 3 and into turn 1 and 2. We send Austin Dillon way off into Chastain. We give him the bump and run and absolutely send him off in there. And now we're underneath Ross Chastain for 11th, trying to beat our teammate, the best Trackhouse driver on the day. In the finishing position, Chastain slides up the racetrack. He has a bit of an issue right there. Now we're racing 20th Christopher Bell. Big contact to start finish line. So we go down into turn 1 and 2. Big contact with Christopher Bell. Into the corner. He's going to slide, and around goes Bell. He will go spinning into the outside wall. He goes down the track into Chastain. And no caution will come out, but Christopher's Bell car is destroyed. And now we are running in 13th behind Austin Dillon with 30 to go in stage 2. The 3 in front of us once again. We sail off underneath him here into turn 1 and 2. Almost contact. We stay off of him. Get a good run to the inside of Dillon. No contact on exit of turn 2. Trying to make this pass happen. We've been fighting hard for 12th for these last couple of laps. Here we go up the track. We go wide. Here comes the 48. Bowman underneath us now looking for a couple of spots. And now Bowman up into 12th, trying to fight his way into contention for the playoffs. He's like 71 points down entering this race. He really needs a miracle to get into contention that he doesn't have to win one of these next 4 races. Stenhouse gets into us. Contact made. He gets into our left rear quarter panel for 13th. And now Stenhouse going to get around us on the inside. Just like that, will drop down to 14th. Now here comes Michael McDowell, who's definitely not giving us any room since he's a rival and has been that way all season long. 28 to go in stage 2. Contact to 34. McDowell, and then to turn 1 2. McDowell's going to slide up the track. Into the wall he goes. McDowell around in front of the whole pack. Carnage everywhere. And no yell for that. Now we clip Austin Dillon after that out of turn 2. He almost wrecks. What a save by Dillon. And now we lose another couple of spots to Bubba Wallace and Corey LaJoy. And just like that, we're down to 16th. And we're running in 12th. So it's a couple of laps to go. A disastrous turn of events here in Richmond. Then caution does come out a little bit later, so we're going to be one of the few guys that comes down pit road, and we're going to restart in 29th here as we work towards the end of stage number 2 here. 23 to go on the stage. We still got a long ways to go, but we're trying to play a little bit of strategy here where if we have enough fuel to go to the end and no one else does, we can lap the field and get a stage win. And that's typically how these short tracks work, the pit strategy at the end of the stages, so hopefully it can work well for us. Chastain goes sliding into the wall behind us. That's our teammate after some contact, as we're already up into 21st now, going by the 43 of Eric Jones. And I look to pass Ryan Blaney for a spot inside the top 20, which we will. Now we get by Tyler Reddick. Now working on Cindric and Dillon. 3 wide for 17th. Not quite making that pass yet. Now we go by Cindric, who has to check up into 3 and 4. He slides behind us. He saves it. And now we throw a huge slide job next to 4 and Austin Dillon, and it works as we get the position. Next lap, we go underneath Harrison Burton for 16th. We're going to make that pass, getting around the Harrison Burton on the inside lane, down the front straightaway. Now we chase down Corey LaJoy and Bubba Wallace, who are both up in the top 15, just in front of us, running 14th, 15th, right about where we were running when that caution had come out. So now we give Corey LaJoy, not quite, give him a little bit of a bump here through 3 and 4 to get him clear of Bubba Wallace, which he will. Now we work to the inside of Bubba and Chase Briscoe, having a good top 15 run today for Stuart Haas Racing with 19 to go in stage 2. Now we go underneath the 14 and the 23. Past both of them. Now start sights and get around the 7 of LaJoy for 13th, which we will here into turn 3 and 4. But how about LaJoy? He's having a real good run today. Shout out to him and that that Spire Motorsports team. As now we chase down Ryan Priest, who runs in 12th. Couple laps later, we have now gone to the back bumper. Ryan Priest for 12th. It's down the back straightaway. We make a move to the inside lane. And we're going to pass Ryan Priest for 12th, continuing our charge up through the pack here on these fresher tires. And we continue moving. And now behind us, Ryan Priest blows a tire through turn 2. Into the wall he goes, and Priest will slam the inside wall and up into Michael McDowell. No caution will come out, but Ryan Priest blows a tire, and that'll be the end of his day tonight in Richmond. Now we got underneath Kyle Larson, a little bit of contact, fighting hard for 11th on the racetrack right now. Myself in the 5, 15 to go in stage 2. He decides to run the high line. I decided to run the low lane. We get a beautiful run through that middle of the corner. He gets better on exit. We slide up into him. More contact being made between myself and Kyle Larson. As now he's loose. More contact being made. We are really duking out hard fighting for a position between myself and Kyle Larson, but we take 10th from him. He's going to turn us all over the wall. Goes Stenhouse behind us as Larson squeezed us into him. A couple laps later, we're still running in 10th. Looks like there's going to be some green flag pit stops right in front of us. Indeed, that is the case. We're going to go right by Hamlin, Elliott, Busher, Truex, Hocevar, Byron, and Harvick, all the way up into 3rd place with just a couple laps to go on the stage. Next lap by. Now we get by Bowman and Logano, and we are now your leader here in Richmond, leading our first laps of the night here with just 7 laps to go in stage 2. Now we're on the last lap of the stage. We have trapped everyone 1 lap down with our beautiful, perfect fuel strategy call. And to the line, we are going to win stage 2 here in Richmond. Get ourselves another playoff point, another 10 stage points. A beautiful strategy execution right there for us. We get the stage win. Then it looks to be Logano, Byron, Bowman, Harvick, Hocevar getting stage points. as we nailed that strategy call. Yep, so we win the stage. Logano, Byron, Bowman, Harvick, Hocevar, Buescher, Hamlin, Truex, and Kyle Busch, the top 10 in stage 2. Now all the way into this final stage of racing. 33 laps to go. We are still leading. Myself and Logano, the only two in the lead lap after Logano got the free pass. Now we've let a couple of cars go by us right now, unlap themselves as well. They're the ways out. Denny Hamlin slamming into us right now. I don't know what he thinks he's doing. He's going to go sliding off in the corner. Denny keeps trying to wreck us every single corner. We're just, fed up with the way he's been racing us the last couple of weeks. So now we clear Kyle Busch, chasing Hocevar, and the caution would come out like a lap or two after that. And we'll restart in 6th here as Harvick, Hocevar, Bowman, Logano all got back on the lead lap, as well as William Byron and Kyle Busch got the free pass. So we're 6 out of the 7 lead lap cars to get into Kevin Harvick, get physical, boot him out of the way, get around Harvick and Hocevar for a top 5 position. Now starts on the Hendrick duo of Bowman and Byron, who run in 2nd and 3rd. Bowman, if he wins, he gets in from below the cut line, moves it up 1 spot. Can he do it? Can he make it into the playoffs? But I don't think he can. Right now, Joey Logano is pulling away with the lead. Now he's falling back to 5th, fighting Hocevar for 4th as Denny Hamlin's getting into us once again. The 11 and his absolute stupidity gets into us hard. More contact being made. It's getting harder and harder every lap. We fight each other for a position. Eventually, one of us is going to go around. The question is either going to be me or is it going to be Denny? As Hocevar gets by, we're down to 5th. He's costing so many positions, so I'm done. I lift, send Denny Hamlin, and around he goes. We dump Denny Hamlin, turn 3 and 4 as he deserved it. Everyone knows that. And he gets slammed by Austin Hill down into the pack of Haley and McLeod. Big contact. Denny Hamlin's day ruined. Mission accomplished, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. Now we go through 3 and 4 later in the stage. Some strategy. Everyone else in front of us has come down pit road. We'll now cycle out to be in the lead once again here in Richmond with just 12 laps to go, but we're 2 laps short on gas. Now we have to come into 2 to go. We're going to bring it down to the pit lane for our final green flag pit stop of the day, the money stop. We come in, and we come into the pit box. It's going to be half a can. It's going to be a fuel-only stop. We'll be right back out, but Joey Logano is already passing us as we speak. He will take the race lead and most likely win this race. We come out of the pits currently scored in 2nd place, but we mess up the pit exit and lose another 2 spots to Bowman and Hocevar down to 4th. Here comes Byron getting around us for 5th as we are struggling, merging back on the racetrack with old tires. We can't do it. We're struggling, but we managed to make it work and settle into 5th at the moment. But Kevin Harvick is putting some pressure on us. He's gaining to try to get around us for that 5th spot with just 2 to go. Here in Richmond, now we want to come into the white flag. Final lap, somebody could have won bank. Kevin Harvick gets underneath us for 5th. We lose that position. Down to 6th we go. But that's pretty much as far as we can fall at this point. Looks like we're going to secure a 6th place finish. Our strategy didn't quite work out the way we wanted, but still a top 10 after the way we were running for most of this race. So we will gladly take that. As Joey Logano through 3 and 4 for the final time here at Richmond. Joey Logano wins at Richmond, gets his 2nd win of the season, joining Truex, Harvick, and myself as our multi-time winners, and we will come wrecking across the line to finish in 6th place. And he's very solid top 10 finish here in Richmond, and we have had 21 top 10s through 22 races. We get our final race results. Of course, Joey Logano gets his 2nd win of the 2023 season today in Richmond. Alex Bowman, your runner-up. Carson Hocevar, a career-best 3rd place finish. Attaboy. William Byron 4th, and Kevin Harvick runs out your top 5. We come home in 6th with a stage win. Kyle Busch, Martin Truex, Bubba Wallace, and Ricky Stenhouse round out your top 10 here in Richmond. Good run for Stenhouse. And now we're going to see 11th through 20th in the race results. Shout out to Corey LaJoy inside the top 15, and Chandler Smith and Harrison Burton each getting top 20 finishes. Then 21st through 30th, Austin Hill, the top 25. Good run for him. And then 31st through 40th DNFs for Chris Buescher and Ryan Preece. And now we always see the updated points standings. We remain obviously the points leader, almost 300 ahead of Chase Elliott, a little less, around 250 ahead of him. Then Logano joins Harvick and Truex as the 2-time winners this season. Of course, Elliott, Chastain, Hamlin, Larson, McDowell, and Bell all have 1 win, which means William Byron and Ryan Blaney hold 2 of the final 6 spots in the playoffs on points at the moment. The other 4 spots in the playoffs are going to be held by AJ Allmendinger, Brad Keselowski, Kyle Busch, and Chris Buescher, with Bubba Wallace, Austin Cindric, Alex Bowman, Austin Dillon, and Tyler Reddick being the first 5 drivers below that playoff cut line with just 4 races left in the regular season. And then there's the rest of the point standings from 21st down to 40th. Who is it going to be to make the playoffs? We got Michigan, Indy, Watkins Glen, and Daytona. Our next 4 races to decide our playoff field of 16. Already have 10 drivers locked in. Now, Joey Logano is awarded the fastest lap of the race with a 21:11. And he also led the most laps, 67 laps, in a dominating performance to get the win. And then the on-the-move driver was myself, up 20 spots from 26 to 6 on the night. And the tough break going to go to Mr. Chris Buescher, who started third, but ended up finishing in 39th with a tire failure. Tough day for the 17. Now we get the playoff grid. Of course, we have 10 wins. Nothing changed there. We are comfortably above the cut line. Then 2 wins now for Joey Logano, joining Harvick and Truex, as all three of those guys have a good sum of playoff points. And Chase Elliott, Ross Chastain, Denny Hamlin, Kyle Larson, all in the playoffs with a win, as is Christopher Bell and Michael McDowell. William Byron, he's very, very comfortable on points. He should be looking okay. Same for Ryan Blaney, AJ Allmendinger. Brad Keselowski currently sits plus 26 points above the cut line. Kyle Busch currently sits plus 11. Chris Buescher now only plus 2, as Bubba Wallace only out by 2 points. Cindric out by just 4 points. Bowman out by 51. Austin Dillon 55. And Reddick 65. So until the next episode at Michigan, I hope you all have a good one.